Good morning. So something pretty worrisome happened yesterday, and I've just now been able to calm myself down enough to talk about it. I had to sleep for the night before I could say anything about this. Apparently, the United States federal government has decided that I am a gay person and I have to get married now. I have to get married to another woman and probably have kids with her. That's just not what happened at all. Nope. What do you mean that's not what they said? I mean, they didn't say that you have to be gay. I mean, you're a straight person. I assume you're a straight person is why you're so worried about this? Well, yeah. I'm not gay. I don't want anyone to make me be gay. No, actually the Supreme Court's decision, it doesn't have anything to do with you as a person and your own sexuality. I don't really know where you got that. You get to stay, whatever you are. I don't have to get married. Okay. Well, no. I mean, nope. This doesn't make you have to do anything. You don't even have to like anyone because of it. I can still get married to a guy if I want to, though, right? I mean, if you want to. No obligations or anything. Oh, but now I could just also get married to a girl if I so chose. According to the Supreme Court, that's legal now. No, actually, they didn't say that either. They basically just said that it's still up to the states, and the states get to decide that. Okay, but didn't they just legalize same-sex marriage in California? Didn't they just tell them that they have to let gay people get married? I mean, what's to stop them from doing that to every other state? Well, they didn't tell California that they had to let gay people get married. California said it's okay. You marry who you want to, regardless of gender. And then a bunch of people got together and made Proposition 8, put it to a vote, and it passed. And so that basically was a take-backsy on the whole gay marriage thing, thus making all these people who just got married now single, which sucked for them. And people took it to court. California's like, we already settled this. And then a private party took it to the Supreme Court to try to back up Proposition 8, and the Supreme Court basically said, you're not the state of California. You don't get to defend this. I mean, if California wants to keep this law banning same-sex marriage, then they can come up here and tell us why. You don't have standing here. I just feel like Proposition 8 was voted on by the people of California and they passed it, so the Supreme Court shouldn't really be able to tell them no. If the people really wanted to ban same-sex marriage, you should just let them. Well, see, not everyone wanted to ban same-sex marriage. There were a whole lot of people who were married to people of the same gender as they were, who kind of wanted to stay that way. And just because some people or a lot of people are against it doesn't mean that you get to ban it. That's kind of why the Supreme Court is there, checks and balances and all that. But isn't this really just a slippery slope of the federal government redefining traditional and natural marriage? Okay, I think I know what you mean by traditional marriage, because there's this whole one man, one woman thing, but that's not entirely traditional in every culture in all parts of the world. So there's different traditions. I really don't know what you mean by natural marriage. Pretty much it's just sex and babies is the natural part, and the marriage part comes when you don't want people to have those two things with other people. We've got to draw the line somewhere, okay? We've had this one man, one woman thing for a really long time, where two people, they get married, they have babies, and that's just what they do. Okay? And let's just draw the line there, because if you don't draw the line somewhere, then the next thing you know, we're gonna have polygamy, and people are gonna be marrying multiple people, and that's just icky, and then animals, and the couch, and I don't want anyone to come in and say that they're marrying my couch and take it away. That's just not okay. Where am I gonna sit then? Well, that's That's a long list of things that could happen, and most of them won't ever. I mean, polygamy, that's a bit complicatedly. I mean, it's a good conversation to have, but that's not really what we're talking. We're definitely not at risk of adults marrying children because that's already illegal. As far as the whole animal, inanimate object thing, like, no one's gonna do that. That's... Yep, they're not people. Why can't government just stay out of marriage altogether? It's really a religious institution, isn't it? And I mean, the government has no place in telling people who they can or can't marry. I mean, I just don't want them to have that power over my life. If I give them the power to say that marriage is valid, then what if they decide that mine isn't? So did you just step over to my side? Did you just make my point? Do you want a jean jacket to go with that point you just made for me? Okay, but then that would interfere with the freedom of religion, because a church who doesn't agree with gay marriage, they would have to marry two people of the same gender or else just be shut down. That is false. I mean, you can go to any number of churches who find that it's against their belief system for two people to get married who've lived together before they're married, who've had sex before they're married, who've had children before they're married, who've been married before and are now getting married to a different person, or any number of things. And they haven't had a problem. So they already can pick and choose who they marry. Oh, I guess this is a little less upsetting than I thought it was. And maybe I overreacted. And maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. I think you're right. I mean, you don't have to agree, with what other people would do. You don't have to do the things that other people would do. But you just have to understand that our legal system protects everyone, and it should protect everyone, and it should keep everyone equal under the laws. But don't worry, because the Supreme Court decision actually doesn't make everyone equal under the law. 35 states still have bans on gay marriage, so they can still discriminate in that sense. Well, now after this conversation, I'm not very happy about that. I don't really think that's fair.